This is a solar expedition on renewable energy. We'll see how solar panel cells produce free electricity. Our sun's a nuclear reactor shooting photons at us for free. Let's harness this power through silicon into batteries. What is solar power? It's the conversion of energy from our sunlight into electricity. Our sun's a natural nuclear reactor, you should know. It's the most abundant energy resource on Earth, I'll show. Now what's a photon? They're light particles produced by the sun. They're made by nuclear fusion, shot into space in all directions. It takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds for a photon to run before it reaches our Earth from the surface of our sun. Photons are made of electromagnetic radiation. They're tiny packets of energy I convert into electricity for fun. On a photovoltaic cell, a solar cell, you see, I'm like an electrical leaf. I use the sun to produce energy. Solar panels are made up of me, small solar cells. These cells are made from silicon. Of this I will tell. Silicon is a semiconductor for what it is worth, and one of the most abundant elements on the planet Earth. In a solar cell there are 3 layers shown right here. I will tell you about each layer as they appear. The thin top layer does contain silicon, you should know, and a tiny amount of an element called phosphorus. I show the phosphorus has more electrons than the silicon does. That means there are more electrons, making this area more conductive. This layer with the phosphorus gives electrons more room to roam, which makes it negatively charged, so it's called the N-type as shown. The bottom layer contains silicon and an element called boron, which has fewer electrons than the surrounding silicon. Because of the fewer electrons, this layer is positively charged. That's why it's called the P-type layer, as shown at large. My middle layer is called the PN junction. Soon we'll see what happens when photons hit me from the sun. Silicon atoms are connected to its neighbor by 4 strong bonds. This keeps the electrons in place, in which I'm not so fond. When a photon shoots into a solar cell with enough energy, it can knock off an electron from its bond, leaving a hole. You see, the negatively charged electron and positively charged hole are now free to roam around, but there's only one way each can go because of the electrical field in the PN junction. The electron's drawn to the N-type and the hole is drawn to the P-type. They run. The mobile electrons are collected by metal strips at the top of the solar cell. From there they flow to the external circuit to power a light bulb, I tell. They flow through and return to the conductive aluminum sheet on my back. Then they return from where they came from with no waste, that's a fact. A single solar panel has many solar cells to create more energy in a small space to keep your home running well. When too much energy is produced, it gets sent back to the electrical grid to help produce more electricity for some other kid. The sun produces more energy each hour than we will ever need. There's so many ways that we can create renewable energy. This is a solar expedition on renewable energy. We'll see how solar panel cells produce free electricity. Our sun's a nuclear reactor shooting photons at us for free. Let's harness this power through silicon into batteries.